Welcome to the counselor tutorial for managing battery plans. We'll begin within the patient profile and within the devices tab. Then we'll jump directly into a device profile. Within the device profile, if you scroll down, you will see an area specifically dedicated for battery plans. Now, you may have different names for this. You may call it your battery program. You may have no specific name for it at all, just maybe the mechanism by which you give batteries to patients on a routine basis, right? Whether they purchase them or they were included within the purchase of the hearing instrument. Focus here, though, is to be able to track what batteries are owed to patients as well as when they were delivered, right? So you can track this on an ongoing basis. So to begin, to kind of set up the battery plan for this patient, we'll just check the box here. And this will show a variety of fields that we, of course, can select from. First off, the next delivery. So when do you expect to next send batteries to a patient? So I'll just jump this out a month. And then going forward, how often do you expect to send them batteries? So let's say we're going to send them batteries every 90 days, starting in 1 month, and then you can decide how many are remaining. So let's say they purchased a year, so we're going to go ahead and say 4 remaining. Okay. Then you choose the line item. You can have different setups for these and the line item types. I do have one set for battery club, so I'll just take this one. We'll say 1 year battery club. Or you could do something different like this, right? Whatever fits your specific needs. All right, so we're saying next delivery is on November 7th. Every 9 days, we'll be sending these to patients or having them pick them up. 4 remaining, and here what needs to be delivered. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and click Save. That will lock it in for this device. Now, it's important to note that if you do have 2 devices where a battery plan is in play, then you would set the battery plan for each ear. Okay. In this case, I'm going to go back into the one, you can see the details here where we have it set up. I'm going to go back into that profile. Let's just imagine, a month has gone by and we want to go ahead and deliver the next set of batteries, or take another scenario where perhaps it isn't time to deliver the batteries yet, but the patient called in and said, I lost all my batteries. Can you please send me my next shipment early? Absolutely, right? So whatever the case may be, you can simply just jump into the device profile and go to the battery deliveries section. You'll see the green plus sign. Go ahead and click on that. And that gives you the ability to document that batteries were sent out. Okay, so on a very simple level, it's going to go ahead right away and choose the line item. It's going to choose a quantity of 1. Of course, you could change that. It'll pick the delivery date as the current date. You could change that as well very easily. So for example, if you sent them out last Friday but didn't get a chance till Monday to document it, that's okay. You can just go ahead and backdate this. Okay. You also have an option of adding an invoice if you wish. Some clinics prefer the ability to track this at the invoice level, showing all they can use the business reporting tools and Counselor to find all the instances where they provided batteries to patients across the year, for example. So it can help with some sort of aggregate business tracking. When what happens is it'll create an invoice and it'll create it as a no charge invoice. So that way you can see all the $0 batteries that were sent out. Okay, so this can be handy, but once again, totally optional, where you can say, no, I really just want to track this at the device level. I don't necessarily need to invoice. Perfectly fine either way. I'm going to go ahead and create the invoice as part of this, so I'll do it that way. So we went ahead and click Save, and what will happen now within the battery plan area is it has gone ahead and bumped out the date 90 days, so where it kept the frequency the same, but it has now dropped down the number remaining to 3. Okay, so you can see this happen automatically just by adding in this delivery. And you can see, of course, it tracked that as well. I can link directly to the invoice if I want to view that as well. In some cases, perhaps you want to provide the patient with a no charge invoice, right? If you're mailing these out, maybe you want to create this, print off the no charge, include it with the shipment. It shows them that they received those, what the usual cost would have been, and they received them at $0, right? So that happens as part of just adding the delivery. Multiple things happen simultaneously. And then if we jump back to the device profile screen, we'll see once again this has been updated to 3. Okay, so a lot you can do, of course, right within the patient profile to track this. If we take this back a step and we say, okay, well, how do we track this across the whole clinic? That is typically done through the dashboard. That's where you can use our 2 widgets dedicated to this tracking. There's the battery plan expiration, and there's the battery plan delivery is due. Now, this is probably the most common one that would be due. So you could say, okay, show me all the battery plan deliveries that are due this week. okay, or show me all the ones that are next week, right? This month. So you can start to very quickly find out what needs to be done, right? Or if there are any past due. If you're looking at ones that have expired, of course, you could find that as well. So these widgets come in very handy for the routine kind of maintenance of battery plans, seeing what shipments need to be sent out and determining which ones are coming up for expiration so that, if the patient is paying annually, let's say, for a battery plan, you want to reach out to them and see if they wish to renew that battery plan so you can stay on top of that. Okay. If you have any questions about how to set up, how to utilize the battery plan, please reach out to us. Give us a call, email us, live chat us. We are always happy to help. And thank you for joining us for the counselor tutorial for managing battery plans.